What? Woo. I go hard because, hey, you guys, I know I've been like MIA. Give me just a second here. Make sure I have all my screens up. But happy Thursday. I can't even believe like how fast this week has gone by already. Like this is crazy. I've been trying to go live like every day this week, but I haven't really been feeling good. I need to take a break. It's just been a lot going on. I've been low key stressed. So I just need to like kind of just take a break from everything and just kind of clear my mind. So I feel a little bit better. So I want to come on here and do my live. So come on in, everybody. Yeah, I like it. Oh yeah, not chunky. Yes, I'm doing my little chopstick hairstyle. I used to do this back in high school. Everybody thinks it's like new from like 20, I don't know, 15. We used to do this back in like the 99s, honey, in the 2000s. So yeah, I wanted to do like a little chopstick bun. I'm glad y'all like it. But yeah, let me say this. Let me start by saying this. So I know like recently I had put up some dates for when I was thinking about doing the Millie party. Y'all can scratch them dates because at this point everything is on hold until I can like really figure out what I want to do. It's just been it's been an overwhelming response from so many people, and it's just stressed me out. Like, let's keep it real. Everybody cannot go just because there's only so much space. So I had to really decide how I want to do it, how I want to maneuver this, and what I want to do. So until I can really sit with my team and think about everything logistically, everything is just on hold. So don't even worry about the dates or, like, oh, when's she gonna post and give us more information? Just when everything is finally like all the way figured out and sorted, I will let you guys know. But for now, like the dates that I gave you guys, just don't even worry about the dates because I had to go back to the drawing board on a lot of stuff, on a lot of the logistics and things like that. So I want to say that first. Thank you, Mr. GDPR. He says, take your time. Somebody says, throw the party in NYC. Yeah, I had to like really like just decide because it's to the point where um, you know, some people want to come and it's turned into something where it's obviously people are not coming for genuine reasons. They people are planning little side things. I don't have time for it. I want to be with the people who have supported me from day one, who've been coming to my events, you know what I'm saying? Before they even knew what my events were about, they were just willing to take a chance and come and buy tickets and, come through, you know what I mean? And now it's kind of turned into something that it's not sitting well with my spirit. So I got to like go back and rethink everything and rethink what I want to do and how I want to, get it out to the people who I know are genuine supporters. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people come out the bandwagon, come out the woodwork, child. You know what I'm saying? I think that million does a lot to a lot of people because I'm like, I was getting a lot of like messages and congrats, but then people were still like, oh, damn, let me go ahead and subscribe. So you're still not subscribed? Like, what? So yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's still months away. It's just now hitting June, and I have a lot going on in my personal life. My youngest son graduates on Sunday. Then I have to go out to Tennessee, then possibly back out to Delaware. Then I have to come back in July to throw his grad party. And then I got to get ready for the Puerto Rico trip. So I just have a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And I can't be stressing about something that's literally 6 months away. I got just so much stuff on my plate right now, and it was literally starting to make me sick, and I can't afford to go into the hospital right now. Now with graduation right around the corner, so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop the planning, because y'all know I'm such an organized person. I like everything to be meticulously in a way, so everything is just planned in advance. But I have way too much on my plate in the month of June and July that I can't focus on anything else but what I have to do in June and July. So I apologize. I'll be in Tennessee, I think like in, I don't know, like a week and a half or something. I got to go down there. So thank y'all. Just thank y'all for just being patient with me. But it's been a lot. It's been overwhelming. And y'all know I go off of vibes, and once my spirit is not feeling something, um, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'll shut stuff down. You know, I'm big on vibes, I'm big on energy, and it was just a lot of disingenuous energy coming towards me, and I wasn't liking that at all. So, um, but yeah, we'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will find out. The people who need to know will know, and you guys will find out. And you know what I'm saying? It's all my stuff always goes off without a hitch. We have a good time. I want good vibes, good energy. I want people who are genuine tea sippers there. You know what I'm saying? I want people who have been genuinely on this journey with me. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get it figured out soon enough. So thank y'all for y'all's patience. I do really appreciate it. So yeah, so it's been a lot going on. I've been trying to keep up with the news all the while just trying to take care of myself as well. So it's a lot of stuff I want to, get into. Um, there's more lawsuits coming down the pipeline. You know, like Cat Williams said, these big dick deviants will be going down in 2024. But what we're starting to find out is a lot of them don't even have big dicks. Well, damn. How you gonna be a deviant and have a small penis? Like what? That doesn't go hand in hand. No, I'm being funny, y'all. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, the tea in some of these lawsuits, I'm like, ah. So we might have to change it to, you know what I'm saying, to, small peen deviants or something. You know what I mean? Because all these fools don't got no big old peen. Yeah, we might just have to, call them just deviants, child, because not all of them are packing. But it's a lot of mess going on. And so what I find very interesting is that none of this really shocks me. I think what is going on right now with the music industry, with hip hop, they're getting their own Me Too movement. As you guys know, when I talked about this years ago, back in like 2016, 2017, and I said that the Hollywood swamp was being drained. And it started with Harvey Weinstein, and then it went on to like C.K. Lewis and just so many people, right, that were getting accused at that time of, abusing their power. And this happens all the time to not just women, right, to also men. People get in a position of power and it goes to their head. And they want to see how high you'll jump and what you're willing to do to get to the next level. It happens in corporate America. I've watched it. And, so it's very interesting now that it's happening in the hip hop community. And I think this is a long time coming. You know what I'm saying? And so the first one that came out that shocked a lot of people was The Dream. The Dream is being sued by his former protege. And she also came out today saying that The Dream was also promising that she'd be on tour and opening for Beyonce. So a lot of people feel like they don't get like how people can be foolish, or, how they can just believe whatever these people say. It's no different than if you work like a 9 to 5, right? And somebody's saying that there's a set of tasks that you need to do and complete to be able to become a manager or a team lead. And you go out your way to commit, and do those tasks. It's kind of like the same thing there in the record industry. And so I want to read to you guys just some of the stuff that's coming out about the lawsuit. Now, I read the whole lawsuit. It's really long, but this dude is definitely a deviant. And so the young woman who's suing him, she's had a lot to say. We're just going to go off of the TMZ article just because that's quicker. And we're going to talk about the law firm that's involved in this lawsuit. So I definitely feel like in the long run, this lawsuit is very much legit. So let's go ahead and read this. They're saying here that The Dream is facing a number of troubling allegations, including sexual battery, abuse, and trafficking. In a new lawsuit from a woman who claimed to be his former protege, the artist, who's best known for writing music for Beyonce, Rihanna, Mariah Carey, not to mention his own music, is being sued by Chanaz, I think that's how you say her name, Chanaz Mongro, who claimed that the producer lured her into a relationship with false promises of launching her singing career, but ended up subjecting her to violent sexual acts and vicious psychological torture. Per the docs obtained by TMZ, Mangro, who says she was raised in the Netherlands, was thrilled when The Dream offered to sponsor her extension of her work visa in 2014, allowing her to further grow her career in the U.S. Yet Mango goes on to describe a nightmare scenario in her lawsuit, claiming that the Dream used his influence and age to control her for over a year in what she says amounted to a very abusive, violent, manipulative relationship. She alleges that she was locked in a dark room where the Dream violently had sex with her, leaving her naked and alone for hours on end before returning for another encounter. Mangro claims that the Dream controlled all aspects of her life in the U.S., keeping tabs on her at all times by checking her location and demanding constant updates. Despite alleged promises of a music career, Mangro claimed her career was upended, noting her music was taken away without explanation and that the Dreams record label never compensated her for the work that she did under them. As for why she's speaking out now, she says, ultimately, my silence has become too painful, and I realize that I need to tell my story to heal. I hope that doing so will help others and prevent future horrific abuse. Mongrose's lawyer, Douglas H. Wigdor, and Meredith Firetog tell TMZ, this is yet another horrific example of how men in the music industry use their power and influence to manipulate and harm others. Okay? So if you guys don't recognize that name, the Wigdor company, they're the ones, they're the lawyers that Cassie hired to sue Diddy. Okay? So the fact that this young woman was able to get the same lawyers that Cassie got, they're not going to take on her case if it's nonsense and if it's BS. Now, what I also find very interesting, yes, the Wigdor, okay? What I also find very interesting about this is that I wonder if they're going to get the same treatment that Tyrone Blackburn has gotten, because that's one of the things that people keep saying. Tyrone Blackburn is a clout chaser. He's an ambulance chaser. Why is he representing all of these so-called victims? But now we're starting to see it with Wigdor, okay? So there's definitely something amiss. And if they're on this, the Dream has trouble, okay? We see how quick Diddy went to go settle with Cassie. He claimed he was innocent within 24 hours. He cut that check. Okay? So this is what's being reported today. As some more information is coming out from Radar Online. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to read this to you all here. Okay, so Radar Online is saying, from the moment the Dream began texting Miss Mangro, he began regaling her with stories about how he helped create Beyonce and Rihanna and would do the same for her as long as she did everything that he told her to do. The lawsuit was filed on Tuesday, reads. The Dream told Miss Mangro that in order to write songs for her, he needed to know everything about her, including everything that embarrassed her, upset her, angered her, excited her, every single thought that she had. Keep in mind, when people want to know everything about you, that is a manipulation tactic, okay? And I think this girl was like 21 at the time, so she's not realizing that. But that is a manipulation tactic, so that way he knows all of your fears, the things that excite you, the things that embarrass you, because then it can be later on used to put over your head, okay? So then they go on to say that Mangro claimed that the Dream told her that's how true songwriters and producers needed to operate in order to write songs for each artist, adding that Miss Mangro needed to belong to him so they could become the next Beyonce and Jay-Z, in reference to Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z. Dream allegedly credited Beyonce's success to the sanctuary that they had together, telling Mangro that their bond allowed him to know Beyonce in a way that others could not, and he could write the best songs for her. Mangro claimed that the Dream explained that a sanctuary was even stronger than a spousal connection because it was about art and required her to disclose all of her secrets and thoughts and become trusted partners with him. He allegedly told her that this was a relationship he shared with Beyonce, claiming they were so close that he knew about Beyonce's pregnancy before her husband, Jay-Z. Okay, sir. Mangro also alleged that the Dream frequently pitted Rihanna against Beyonce, implying that the We Found Love singer was fighting for his attention and was frustrated that he was giving it to Beyonce instead of her. He said that Rihanna was begging him for a good record, but because of his special sanctuary relationship with Beyonce, he saved them for Beyonce, and that Miss Mangro could be a part of that as well. According to The Dream, Rihanna was possessive over him and got angry when he worked with Beyonce in an apparent effort to reiterate how grateful Miss Mangro should be for the opportunity to work with him. Dream told her that Rihanna would frequently send him flowers and other gifts. Dream reminded Miss Mangro that she better be grateful that he was working with her because he was putting Beyonce's album on hold, and that if she wanted to reach the same level of success as Beyonce, she needed to become as close or closer to him than Beyonce. He said that meant that Miss Mangro should ask and follow his advice on everything, rely on him to be the main confidant, and limit her inner circle to only those people he approved and trusted. Again, another manipulation tactic to basically drive a wedge between her and her family, friends, and things like that. The Dream allegedly claimed that he shared this specific formula that he shared with Beyonce if she acted right, and promised that she would open for Beyonce's tour, going as far as to force Miss Mangro to diet and exercise excessively to prepare for life on the road. Dream led Miss Mangro to believe that through manipulation and coercion, that if she allowed him to completely control every aspect of her life, they could create the ultimate sanctuary that would surpass anything accomplished with Beyonce or Rihanna. For a new artist, the thought of becoming the next Beyonce or Rihanna was obviously intoxicating, and Miss Mangro was willing to work as hard as possible to make her recording dreams come true. She said all that changed when she discovered Beyonce was not going on tour. These dudes do anything to get sex. It's insane. So now The Dream is speaking out. He talked to, it really does. Who said that? Krabby Lion says it sounds like a Lifetime movie. It really does. So The Dream is speaking out, and this is what he said to the New York Times. In a statement supplied by the representative, I don't even know how you pronounce his real name, Gestady Diamante. I don't know, child. I oppose all forms of harassment. I have always strived to help people realize their career goals, he says. As someone committed to making a positive impact on my fellow artists and the world at large, I am deeply offended and saddened by these accusations. Okay. So you're not going to address any of the sexual stuff that she accused you of, or any of the abuse allegations? It's just, I'm saddened. Anything else besides sadness? Like these, some of these men in this industry, it's sad because again, it just shows that unfortunately, the more power and money and prestige that some of these men get, the more it goes to their head. And a lot of people blame the fame and the money, but it's not even that. You got to think about it. All this does is just really show you who that person was. The money just gives them access to floss more, to put on a bigger persona, and this is why I also feel like we have to start having conversations with not just our daughters, but sons too, especially ones who want to get in the entertainment industry and understand that, things like this happen and it's not okay. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't have to sell every bit of yourself to make it into an industry. If they're interested and the talent is there, it's going to flourish. You don't have to do all this extra stuff. It should just be about the music. But you have a lot of deviants who are running the industry, unfortunately, and it's been going on for a long time. It didn't start with P. Diddy. It didn't start with The Dream, but it's been going on for a long time. I think how you have to look at it is that people who were abused are now in a position to become the abuser. And that's what's happening. Somebody said, I wonder if he abused Nivea and the kids. I wouldn't be surprised. We know that, he played the hell out of Christina Milian. And I wonder if he was promising Christina Milian a lot of stuff. Her career has been very up and down. It seemed like it was going to go really good for her. When she hooked up with Murder Inc. and was every little thing that we do, like that was my jam. And then, she had a few other songs. She was definitely a songwriter. She's written songs for other people, but her career never really went where it should have went. And I wonder if maybe he was also promising Christina Milian certain things, but he's a serial cheater, totally cheated on her. Remember, that's what ended their marriage. She was married to the Dream, and then he was cheating on her. Remember, he was with some chick at the beach, shirtless, and he's a married man, and that's what ended up ending their marriage. And then he was also with Nivea at one point in time. So I wouldn't be shocked if all these promises were made to a lot of these women. It's almost like dangling meat in front of somebody who's hungry, who really wants something. And unfortunately, a lot of people throw all common sense out the window. So now, on top of the Dream being hit with this lawsuit, Kanye as well. Kanye has been hit with a lawsuit as well. So let's go ahead and we're going to watch this video, Leaky Archives. And I was trying to find like the Kanye lawsuit. I can't find it. I've been kind of looking online. I couldn't find the full lawsuit. I was able to find the Dream's full lawsuit. It's very hard to find the full Kanye lawsuit, so I don't know if it's being hidden. But this person talked about it, and some of the things that are in the lawsuit are very disturbing. Everything from him forcing the girl that he found on OnlyFans to engage in fivesomes, was literally pimping this girl out, using her as like a bargaining chip. So there's a lot of accusations in here. So we're going to go ahead and watch this video really quick. Give me just a second here.
Towards Kanye so far, with Lauren alleging that on an overnight flight to Paris, she was locked in the plane's bedroom with Kanye and forced to stay in the room while he masturbated under the covers until he fell asleep, after which she had to text another employee on the flight to come get let out, and this happened after Kanye had coerced her into entering the private bedroom originally. Also in the documents is Lauren's recount of a particularly fucked up situation where Kanye and her were at the studio and met up with a male collaborator and his female companion. During this meetup, Kanye offered to trade the male collaborator sex with Lauren in exchange for sex with the other female individual in the studio, with all of this allegedly occurring at the Yeezy headquarters in LA. According to the official story, this event happened in early 2022, which often saw Kanye and Future working together on the beginnings of Donda 2, so it's pretty likely that the male collaborator in this story is actually Future. And finally, a couple months after that, in March of 2022, Kanye asked Lauren to participate in a threesome, which she declined, and she also noted that Kanye would often text her asking for a hug when he really meant he wanted to have sex with her, because he sent this meme image as an example of the type of hug he wanted. So yeah, while the stuff mentioned in the original TMZ article was definitely bad, this is just on a whole different level, especially Lauren being locked in the bedroom with Kanye masturbating and her being offered in a trade to Future, essentially being treated as Kanye's property to pass around. Following all of that becoming public knowledge, Kanye decided it was time to fire back and speak up for his side of things, releasing a letter to the public that again sheds a lot more light on the situation. The letter begins with Kanye declaring he is officially filing a rebuttal lawsuit against Lauren, saying she actively pursued him sexually to coerce employment and other material benefits, and then she engaged in blackmail and extortion when her advances were rejected. Kanye goes on to say that prior to termination, Lauren stole his phone in an attempt to destroy records that would contradict her claims, all of which have been preserved, and he notes that Lauren offered him sex on his birthday during her employment and would send him unsolicited nude images. Kanye adds that she was terminated for being unqualified, demanding unreasonable sums of money, including her $4 million salary, and numerous incidents of unhinged misconduct. And interestingly enough, he also writes that she made an initial attempt at a lawsuit for unlawful termination, which gained no media traction, leading her to fabricate headlines following threats of blackmail and extortion. Essentially, Kanye is saying Lauren leveraged her association with him and his company to seek material gains, clout, and employment through inappropriate means. And then he ends the letter with a Jay Leno chin joke, which he seems to be very fond of these days, even using a similar line in the Vulture's one song, Keys to My Life.
In the endo, but that was me.
All right, let me come back on the screen. So you guys heard some of that. Like I said, there's other parts of the lawsuit floating around. the problem is with Kanye, why this lawsuit can now take legs is because of things with his past behavior. We all know that he has an addiction to porn. Remember when we all watched the Genius documentary on Netflix? We had all watched that on Discord. In the middle of Kuda recording him, was that Kuda his friend, the camera guy? He stopped to buy porn, like he stopped to buy like a porn magazine on the street, and he was talking about how he's literally been addicted to porn since he was a kid. Now, also remember, this is not the first lawsuit that's been filed by a former employee. Back in 2022, remember, there was an employee who was talking about mistreatment at the Yeezy headquarters. So let me go ahead and read this to you guys here real quick. You know, all these deviants love to play crazy. But remember back in 2022, they said, in November 2022, former Yeezy staffer came forward and alleged that West showed him intimate photos of his ex-wife Kim Kardashian, amongst other things. Rolling Stone reported that an open letter from various Yeezy staffers sent to Adidas, which severed ties with Yeezy due to his use of hate speech. The staffer claimed that Kanye also played pornography for the Yeezy staff members during meetings and talked about porn. He is accused of showing intimate photos of Kim to people during job interviews. It was also reported that Kanye shared explicit videos and photos of the mother of his 4 children, along with his own sex tapes with team members. Okay? Let me see if there's anything else on here. Okay, they told Rolling Stone that they found Kanye dancing to his own music, and when he entered the room, the star pulled out his phone upon noticing them and says, "My wife sent me this." On the phone, the young man claims that he saw a sexual photo of Kim. It was very revealing and personal, the creative told the outlet. I didn't really react. A source close to the potential employee recalled being told about the photo of the Hulu star shortly after the meeting. Kanye allegedly showed an explicit video of Kim to members of the creative team at Yeezy at least one other time. A person who claimed to have seen the video told Rolling Stone this. Another former Yeezy employee who worked for Kanye in Cody, Wyoming, told the outlet that the Grammy winner was not afraid to show explicit images or talk about situations that should be kept private. Okay? Like I always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. Does that mean that Kanye's not talented and I don't enjoy his music? No, I think he's a very talented individual. But these stories about Kanye, you know, doing a lot of explicit stuff to employees have been around for several years. So I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if the things that's being alleged in this lawsuit is true. Because again, like we always say, truth is stranger than fiction. And I also feel like, same like I said with Lizzo, I keep the same energy. I don't care if it's a female or a man. There are certain ways that you act with your employees. There are certain things that you don't engage with your employees. You know, Lizzo wants to act like her employees are her friends. No, they're not. You don't take them to a strip club and make them eat bananas out of strippers' coochies. You don't do that. So, and same thing with Kanye West. If you hired this OnlyFans model, I really want to know what was her resume outside of, you know, seeing her as a sexual object. What did she bring to the table that you hired her to work at your company? When you have people who have literally went to college for business, for marketing, why are you not hiring somebody who done spent thousands of dollars to get a college degree, but you're going to go find an employee off of OnlyFans? And then you tell her to leave her job. She was making good money on OnlyFans. You tell her to leave her job and that you'll pay her what she's making on OnlyFans if she comes to work for you. To me, that sounds like a proposition. You wouldn't pay a regular woman who has a college degree $1 million a year to do what this lady was doing, unless there was some type of sexual services being traded. And this is the problem. He wasn't trying to hire her to really do a job or to perform, you know, normal job duties. It seems to me, per that lawsuit, per the stuff I've been able to string together, he was literally hiring her to pimp her out to people. It's not only for somebody for him to sleep with, but for him to use as a bargaining chip for other employees and other men in his inner circle. So again, when you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. I feel no ways, just like I feel no ways about Lizzo's lawsuit. When you're a boss, carry yourself like a boss. There's certain ways that you just have to act, especially in this day and age where things can be so misconstrued. And you do have some people who are clout chasers, who, are quick to run and go file a lawsuit because they see you as as a money bag, right? But at the end of the day, that is your job as an employer who's running a legitimate business to be professional and to have professional people around you. Like I always say, attitude reflects leadership. So if the head is rotten, Diddy, and he's out here, smashing this and smashing that and disrespecting women, employees, then of course Harvey Pierre, his best friend and, whatever he is, president of Bad Boy at the time, they're going to carry on the same mentality. Because the boss is out here acting any old type of way. So why should they have to hold themselves to a certain standard that the boss is not holding themselves to? So I think there's some stuff to this lawsuit. I do. Because like I said, people have been talking for years about his behavior. We all know he has a porn addiction. He literally bought a porno magazine, and this was like 20 years ago, in the middle of being followed doing interviews, that he had to stop and take a look at a porn magazine. So, again, could she be lying? Could she be over-exaggerating? Possibly. But he also put himself in that position because, again, when you're running a legitimate business and you have things to lose, you should want nothing but professional people around you at all times. I'm not going to go to OnlyFans to go find my HR representative. That's not a place I'm going to go look. If I'm seriously trying to run a business, I'm not going to OnlyFans to go put out resumes to hire people. So to me, it looked like he was looking for a freak that he could bring on under the guise of a job and still do what he wants to do to her and kind of low-key pimp her out. And then not to mention, I just also find it creepy that all of these women look like Kim. From the new wife to this lady suing to the other women he's dated in between all of this. It's just weird. So, he's coming out and he's saying that, he's going to sue her and that she's lying. But I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. At this point in time, with all this stuff that's coming out with a lot of these celebrities, to me, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I'm going to let all this play out in court. Because, again, Diddy was up here crying and ranting and raving about how the truth will come out and he did nothing wrong. And then all of a sudden we get hit with that video. So I'm not buying any of this. I think all these dudes are just freaks. And they're in the industry and they have all this, unfelted power where nobody can question them. And unfortunately also, it's regular people like us who get so enamored by the name that we throw all common sense out the window. Just because you've seen somebody on TV or in a movie or you love their music does not mean that you know that person. So we have to go back to a day and time where we use common sense and understand that they're just human like us. And it doesn't make them any worse or any better. And if you wouldn't feel comfortable with the average Joe Blow saying, hey, do this sexual favor for me and do that sexual favor for me, then why are you willing to do it just because it's Kanye or Diddy or The Dream? So that's where we have to open up our eyes and stop with that veil of celebrity, letting that cloud our common sense. If the average guy can't just pop up on me in the club and demand this, this, and that from me, I should have that same stance with the average celebrity. So, just saying, child. Just saying. He was way too comfortable. Casey said, oh my God, T, where have you been? I've been on a break. I needed a break. I needed a mental health break, but I'm back. So welcome. Welcome, y'all. We got over 6,000 people in here. Come on in. So now, what else I want to hit on here? I want to make sure. Oh, yeah, we got to talk about John Legend. Child, he's out here speaking. with his all the mess his wife was involved in. But we're gonna go ahead and let John Legend talk.
Women are treated, and I'm talking specifically about the latest about Sean Diddy Combs. You were on his last album. Are you also feeling that the idea of the abuse of women, domestic partner abuse, it needs to be really handled once and for all and not swept under the carpet as it has been for so long? Let's just say in your industry.
Oh, well, I was horrified by the allegations that I heard about Mr. Combs, and of course horrified by the video evidence that was released after that. But I was horrified by the descriptions that I read before the video evidence came out, and absolutely is something that needs to be brought to light when it happens. And my default stance is to believe women when they make these accusations.
In your industry, trying to look inwards to how women are treated, and I'm talking specifically about
and to make sure that we do whatever we can to support women who are making these allegations, and make sure that they're heard, and that any kind of accountability and reparations can be made to make these women whole again. It's shameful what Mr. Combs has been accused of, and I only want the best for Cassie, but also for all the other victims that have alleged that he's abused them. It's really tough to see those descriptions and to see those videos. It's quite a shame, and I really just want accountability and hopefully some healing for all of his victims. And to
Child, let me come back on here. First of all, I had to hit him with the tiny violin. One of the biggest perpetuators of mess and abuse and bullying is your own damn wife, okay? So I hope he has the same energy for his bully-ass wife, who, remember when she deleted 60,000 tweets? Disturbing tweets about children. Miss Pizza Head ass herself, Chrissy Teigen. Remember, everybody was blasting her during Pizzagate because people started digging through her old tweets, and her old tweets were extremely disturbing. And so, remember, she blocked like 1 million Twitter users. She went on this big blocking spree because anybody who called her out, you were blocked. If you put pizza in her comment section, you were blocked. But the tweets that she had were extremely, extremely disturbing. Let me see if I had some of them up here. Let me check real quick. So I just find it very interesting that he has a lot to say about the mistreatment of women. And then also, let's not forget, remember Courtney Stodden, the young girl who was dating that old-ass man. Was that Gary Sinise? I forgot the old man she was dating. Y'all can write his name. And remember, she bullied that girl. Straight bullied her. Went in on her for years. Would DM her, telling her to off herself. Chrissy Teigen is a nasty piece of work. She's a nasty piece of work. Y'all know we keep receipts around here. So I don't think he was the right person to get up and say anything about Diddy. You see, they knew not to interview his crooked wife. She's a nasty piece of work. Let me see if I can find some of the old... I know they was on TikTok, child. Let me see if I can find it here. That lady has some tall issues. Let me search here. Damn, somebody said she exposed herself. This was 3 weeks ago. I think this was the one. Yeah, we're going to watch this video. Hold up.
Chrissy Teigen.
Yep, this is the video. Let me share my tab. For y'all who don't remember why we were putting pizzas and tiny violins in the chat, this is just some of the stuff that Chrissy Teigen was involved in. This whole industry is corrupt.
exposed herself with these horrific tweets. A few years ago, people were finding all of these disturbing old tweets from Chrissy Teigen's Twitter account before she mass deleted 60,000 tweets. She said seeing little girls do the splits half is just, I want to put myself in jail. A little boy in the pageant now, finally some eye candy for me. It always weirds me out how strong little toddlers' tummies can look, and I am aware of how absolutely disturbing that sounds. Accidentally went to the children's aquarium looking pretty pedo-bearish, cruising the parking lot. I'm bored, really want to watch kids give birth. Where can I watch teens giving birth? MTV? I mean, that doesn't make sense, but I'll try. I just saw a baby that looked like a corn star, like a trashy do anything corn star. Is that wrong to think? He just said the cleanliest and best pleasure is to have with a 13-year-old. Skinny pedos drink Pedialyte. I now know what parents go through when they're forced to tie their kids up in the basement. You have to do it, but it's icky. Am I right? Water slide that goes through a shark tank. F yeah, time to get my pedo on. Pedo's Delight, Toddlers and Tiaras, Star 4. I want pizza. Brad Pitt just handed us pizza. I'm about to Anthony Weiner this kid. Anthony Weiner is a former member of the United States House of Representatives who has been involved in multiple SMEC scandals. With one of these texting scandals being with a 15-year-old girl, and he was sentenced to 21 months in prison. These tweets by Chrissy Teigen are absolutely horrific and disturbing to even read. You guys let me...
Okay, so now let me show y'all the receipts here of her deleting. So remember, this went viral. This was back in 2020. Chrissy Teigen has blocked 1 million people on Twitter and continued false accusations of a conspiracy theory. The thing is, this wasn't a conspiracy. Those were her real tweets from her real Twitter account. So it's not like somebody, circumposed them, made them up. These were really her tweets. And so she got mad at everybody bringing them up and confronting her. So this is what she said. She said, I have blockchained over 1 million people. 1 million people today, and I'm still flooded with sick psychopaths. So please spare me. They just ignore them. They're just trolls. But it's funny that it's always okay for Chrissy to troll, bully, and, say all types of slick shit on social media. But the second she gets that same energy back, she gets to play victim. So me personally, I think John Legend should have sat this one out. Okay? Because have all the people that your wife offended, have they found healing? Has Courtney Stodden found healing? So I think he should have really sat that one out. I think Chrissy, she's a weirdo. And of course people are like, oh, well, she has kids now. Kids change people. No, that's weird. And it wasn't like she was like 12 or 13, tweeting that stuff. She was a grown woman. Fully developed brain, grown woman tweeting that. And who deletes over 60,000 of their own tweets any damn way? That's how you know she was tweeting a bunch of bullshit. She had to go back years and start deleting stuff. So, yeah, a lot of people were like really dragging John Legend. Like, yeah, you need a tall glass to shut the fuck up because there's a whole weirdo in your own household. Well, hell, Chrissy looks like she puts hands on him. So who knows? She looks like she wears the pants in that household, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that whole situation is a mess. So I want to go on and also talk about this here. I don't know if y'all saw this. I wanted to hit on this real quick. Quincy, he's out here. I don't want to play the music. It's just weird. It's a weird video. He has on all this clown makeup. It's for like his birthday. Now, people are saying that he's trying to recreate a look that him and his mom, Kim Porter, did when he was a kid. But for all y'all who are like, older, who remembers when Anna Nicole had that whole clown thing on and Howard K. Stern was filming her and it went viral? Well, it wasn't on social media back then. Who remember? Put a teacup if y'all remember that Anna Nicole situation where she put all that clown makeup on. That's what that kind of reminded me of. Yeah, it comes off like a cry for help. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who's thinking that. That doesn't look normal to me. This is a 30-something-year-old man. Okay, y'all remember that when Anna Nicole, like, she had on all this clown makeup and, you know, her attorney at the time was filming her and she was higher than, you know, Cuda Brown. She was high as hell. That's the vibe that I got from this. This doesn't look like a happy birthday to me. And then his hair shaved. I know he cut his hair back a while ago. I remember when Diddy used to play in his hair. Anyways, there's a video. I remember I posted it a few years ago on my Instagram where he was like playing in Quincy's hair. Who remembers that video? And he was saying how Quincy has good hair and he's so handsome. And he was playing in his hair like that was his boyfriend. And I'm like, yeah, this video is not cool. It was so creepy. He was just like playing in his curls. I'm like, yeah, you have such good hair. Do y'all remember that video? I looked for it. It's like they wiped it off the internet. Okay, Cosmo says, you remember I had posted a long time ago on my Instagram page and I got drugged. I was like, this dude is sick. Like, who is, like, why is he, like, talking about his stepson in this manner? And people said I was reaching. Okay, so y'all do remember that video. I can't find it. I looked for it for my deep dive, but I could not find that video for anything. But he's playing in his hair and he's saying that he has good hair and he's so handsome. And so when I seen, because I didn't know he had shaved his hair off, so when I seen that he shaved his hair off, you know, it just made me wonder, like, did he shave it off to just kind of, you know, start fresh and, you know, get that Diddy shit off of him? I don't know. But I feel bad for him because, you know, this is his mom, you know, that everybody's talking about and people are saying they need to reopen the case. So when I got that, I just felt like him putting on this whole clown makeup and wishing himself happy birthday. It came off, I don't know, it came off sad. Yeah, he would always call him a pretty mofo. He did. It's almost like he was like in love with him in like a weird way. Because Quincy is fine. He's very, very handsome. But it was always weird the way Diddy was always talking about his looks and his hair. And it's like, well, he didn't get none of these features from you, so you need to simmer the fuck down. Because he doesn't talk like that about Christian. He don't say nothing about that about Christian. Christian looks just like Diddy. I've never seen him rubbing Christian's hair, say Christian was fine, the way that he does Quincy. He don't even do that to Justin. Somebody said the video has been scrubbed. I don't know. I can't find it. I looked. I had to take a sip on that one. Because he be talking about his features like they came from him. Like, that's not your biological son. So simmer down. He looked just like Al B. Shore. Just like Al B. Shore. So I don't know. Yeah, Justin is he's a handsome little boy. Grown man, excuse me. But yeah, something ain't right. I kind of felt bad when I seen that. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. He just seems, it was just weird. And I think he's 32 now? Let me look. $33. Yeah, he's too old to be putting on clown makeup at 33. And we know 33 has a very significant, that's a very significant number in the occult. So I find it very interesting that he's 33. He got the clown makeup on. It looked like a call for help for me. I don't know. I didn't get funny, I didn't get warm, fuzzy feelings when I watched that video. I'm like, yeah, this is giving me Anna Nicole vibes. And unfortunately, we know what happened to Anna Nicole. So, I don't know, sad. It's really sad. And he's not involved in any of the, he hasn't been named in any lawsuits, you know what I'm saying? So, I have no issues with Quincy. He hasn't been involved. Nobody has said that he's done anything to anybody. It's just been the two biological children of Diddy, Justin and that Christian Combs. They're the ones who are tied up in the lawsuits. Nothing has been mentioned of Quincy, so I have no smoke with Quincy at all. Yeah, I think the whole thing is sad. I mean, I hope he's okay. You know what I'm saying? And he's around people who actually care and love him and want the best for him. Because the whole situation with this whole Diddy nonsense is crazy. He's trying to separate himself from Quincy. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I said that he's trying to recreate a photo that he did with his mom. I said that at the beginning. I get that. But like to me, it doesn't come off as really happy. It came off more disturbing and sad. Like what 33-year-old man, this is not a little boy, recreates that type of photo and it's a clown. It just came off kind of sad to me. I don't know. I definitely feel like he's probably missing like his mom and stuff like that. It just came off really sad. Yeah, it felt like more depressing. Like I didn't watch it and feel like, "Oh my gosh, this is so funny and he's having a good time." It just came off like he's by himself. He's wishing himself happy birthday. It just kind of looked sad. That's the vibe I got. I don't know. I didn't get like joyous occasion. I'm celebrating my birthday. So I don't know. I feel bad and I can see how this is taking a toll on him. Let me read some of these super chats here. Let's see here. Stephen Burnett says, "Hey sis, it's your UK brother here. My brother told me what's up. We will be there. I will rewatch in the morning as it's late. Love you. Love you too. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for the super chat." Let's see here. Gabby says, "I love the black tea. It's my birthday today. I'm 32. I've been watching you for 7 years now." Oh, okay. Happy birthday to you. It's Gemini season, so thank you so much for stopping through, sis. Hope you have a wonderful birthday. Let's see here. Q Asia sent $9.99, says, "Been a tea sipper for years. Congratulations on everything positive for you. I wish more to come." Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sis. Roshina, I hope I said that right, says, "Come through titties. You look amazing." Y'all are a mess. You look amazing. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate you. Nikki sent $50, says, "Lovelyti, I definitely enjoy your lives and videos. It's not easy to produce exceptional content with the level of depth that you provide, yet you do, and you show up time after time." Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love and support. Y'all are awesome. Thank y'all. Let's see here. Jersey Girl sent 10, says, "T, take care of your family and your health first. I would like to come to the party, but I have 2 jobs and I need to go home to see my family. Haven't been home to New Jersey since the big C was running through." No problem. Thank you so much, sis. Thanks for coming through. Thank you for the comment as well. And speaking of the big C, we're going to get on that real quick, because I had some stuff to say about the new update that just came out about the C19. Let's see here. Miss Pinky sent 20, says, "Congratulations on your Millie Pooh. Been a tea sipper for years. Before the membership, I love how you get your facts and receipts right before you just jump on a story. Much love." Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love and support. Let's see here. Young Kobe sent 5, says, "Damn, the American dream is looking like a nightmare. How fitting in today's climate." Thank you so much for the super chat, love. Dorian Brooks says, "I'm 23, been sipping for 10 plus years. I will definitely be going to the next event no matter how long we gotta wait. Take care of yourself, Auntie. We can wait patiently." Thank you so much, Dorian. I appreciate you, and I can't wait to finally meet you. So thank you so much. Soray on Demand says, "Come on, Chung T." Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Clarence 47 says, "T, don't forget he took Kenya Moore out on a date, left her alone in his mansion only for her to find him in a room watching porn." Who, Kanye? I did not know. I knew that Kanye and Kenya went out on a date. I didn't know that he left her to go watch porn. Let me go ahead and Google this, honey. What? Hold up. Oh my God, I never knew that. Look at Clarence spilling some tea. Damn, he's that addicted to porn. Look at this, y'all. Kanye West wasted his only date with Kenya Moore by watching inappropriate videos. What in the world? Kenya Moore shares a surprising story about going on a date with Kanye West before joining Real Housewives of Atlanta, highlighting his strange behavior and love for pornography. Wasn't I saying that? And I didn't even know about this story. I've never heard this story before. What? The incident revealed that Kanye's true colors and showcased his inability to act like anything other than the God he believed himself to be. Kanye's experience served as a reminder that the old Kanye may never have existed, and she ultimately dodged a bullet by not pursuing a relationship with him. Wow. Huh. I'm trying to see where the details are. He had been inviting him to the studio. Okay, so he had been inviting her to visit him in the studio. So one day she took him up on the offer after he had asked her about 10 or 12 times. When she met up with him, he said that there was something he needed to take care of at his house. So she went with him thinking it'd be a quick stop before the date would continue. Unfortunately for Kenya, this was not the case. When he walked her into the house, the first thing she noticed was that all the furniture was covered in plastic. Kanye went inside, leaving Kenya sitting on a plastic living room furniture, waiting. As she waited for him for a long time, she stated, "Imagine being left alone on a date only to find that the date is watching pornography. It is creepy, it's disgusting, and was a clear red flag of Ye, and his inability to act like anything other than the God he believed himself to be. It took a high level of audacity to act like that with the woman that you've been pursuing relentlessly." That is disturbing as hell. That is disturbing. So you invite me on a date. I finally say yes. You had me sit on, first of all, your furniture has plastic on it like you're 80 years old. Only old people do that, okay? So I'm sitting on plastic furniture while you're in the room getting one off. Like, what kind of shit is that? What? That is really disturbing. So if he could do that and Kenya is talking about this, I don't put nothing past that lawsuit, child. That is crazy. Thank you, Clarence, because I did not know about that. That is insane. Somebody said that's grooming step number 1. Oh my God, these celebrities are crazy. Let me see here. Shauna K says, "Hey, congratulations. I feel like people are realizing that the NDA does not protect these celebrities from doing bad things." Yeah, those NDAs, yeah, they don't mean anything now at this case in point. Let's see here. Now Jason, 1999, says, "Congratulations again on 1 Millie. Take as much time as you need. You can't rush perfection. People need to realize you have a life outside of YouTube. P.S. John is a messy bottom, just like his Furby-headed wife." Not John Legend being a messy bottom, honey. Thank you so much for the super chat, love. I appreciate you. Y'all are too funny. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Caitlin Woods says, "This is my first super chat to you. Look like a sexy black widow." Thank you so much, Caitlin. I appreciate you. Melanin Queen says, "CT made a comment about how she thinks baby powder smells like babies' butts." Who thinks like that? She definitely gives me white van vibes. Chrissy Teigen is a weirdo. She's just weird as hell. Just something about her energy. She's weird. I didn't even know she said that, but I'm not surprised. Vo Stevenson says, "I don't believe that Justin is his son either." Yeah, a lot of people say that Wolf is Justin's dad. You know, I don't know. I mean, he was paying child support. I don't think that he would pay child support for a child that's not biologically his, but who knows? But I don't think Justin looks anything like Diddy. He looks nothing like Diddy at all. Them twins and Christian, those are his twins. They all look like Diddy. Chance, she looks more like her mom. But them twins and Christian Combs look just like him. Justin don't look nothing like Diddy at all. I think they all got like his chin. Justin does look like Wolf, though. He looks just like Wolf. But Wolf was tall, though. Wolf will seem to be like a really big man, so it looks like Justin got the mama's height. But I know Wolf was like a pretty big dude, so I don't know. Somebody said they're all mouth breathers. So Diddy and his kids look like they can only breathe out their mouth. They can't breathe out their nose. Their mouths are always open. Y'all are a mess. Spooky Scully sent 10,001. Says my eggplants are blooming. The colors are the most gorgeous purple I've ever seen. They remind me of you. Congratulations on 1 million subs. Love from Korea. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. Joshua Alexander says much love from the Virgin Islands. Thank you so much, Joshua. Princess Ivory, I don't know if I said that right, says this is my first super chat. Been sipping for 5+ years, and I'm a barb. I would love to join the Discord. God bless you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Got the barbs in the house. Appreciate you. So now let's go ahead. How long I've been out here for an hour, so I want to hit on a few more things before I go here. But damn, that Kenya Morty, that just threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting that at all. So now let's talk about Eboni K. Williams. Everybody, this is causing a lot of controversy, child. So recently, Eboni K. Williams, she did an interview with People magazine, and she announced to everybody yesterday that she is expecting a baby. So give me just a second. Let me share my tab here. So this is the lady who will not date a bus driver. Ayana said, would you date somebody who drove the bus? She says, yeah, if he owns the company. No, sister, no. Just a regular bus driver. That was like the stupidest conversation. But anyways, so she went like viral for that whole situation because she refuses to date a bus driver, but she's now pregnant. So this is what's being said. They're saying that Eboni K. Williams is pregnant. The Real Housewives of New York alumni 40 announced Wednesday that she's expecting her first child, a baby girl, after undergoing vitro fertilization. Anybody who's gone through so many things had to be right for the final results of this journey to be a baby. That's why I've called this my remarkable miracle, because it really does feel like I have been the recipient of some very erroneous favor from God above. Williams, whose due date is August 16th, shared that she nicknamed her daughter One of One because the luck she had during the fertility journey. Okay? So, you know, my comment was, I wonder if the donor is a bus driver or owns the bus company. Y'all know I was got to say something funny. But this is her other shoot here. Let me share this tab. She also did the naked belly shoot, too. So, I mean, she's a beautiful woman. Eboni is gorgeous, you know. She's, you know, fit. But it is very interesting that she chose that route. And I know it's causing a lot of controversy. You know, some people are saying, like, this makes no sense. You're pushing women to make it look like it's cool to be a single mother. Why would you want to be a single mother on purpose at 40? Where's her husband? You know, why would you go this route? You know, she's fit, fun, and friendly. Why can't she get a man? So it's caused a lot of controversy. And you have other people saying, you know what? A lot of women don't want to wait for a man anymore. You know, a lot of these men out here, they're not on anything. They're not handling their business. And if you're a woman of need, of, you know, means, you have the money, why not go to a sperm bank and get pregnant and just have a child by yourself? Then you had other idiots saying that, you know, who needs a man? We don't need a man for anything. Well, you needed a man for that sperm in that cup. I'm just saying. So we can't just act like we don't need men. You know, like a woman cannot have a child by herself. A man is needed in some form, okay? So I didn't understand those comments at all. That we don't need men. Yes, you do. Need somebody to you know, to nut in that cup. But it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. You know, I'm not going to knock her one way or another. I mean, she does have the means to take care of her child. It's not like, you know, she's on Section 8 and food stamps. She can afford this child. But it is very interesting that she had to go this route. So it's almost like, is the dating pool that bad now that somebody like her can't even find like a decent man to be with and, you know, marry and create a family with? I don't know. It's kind of nerve-wracking. They said Mindy Kaling did it. Is that Indian lady? I didn't know she went through that. Yeah, I find it very interesting. You know, because that's what they say. They ain't that what the red pill people say? You just got to be fit, fun, and friendly. She's fit. She's gorgeous. Friendly, I don't know. Give or take, because sometimes she be snapping. But I thought that's all we needed, was just to be fit, fun, and friendly. So, like, what the hell? So it seems like that don't even matter anymore. So it seems like more women seem to be going towards that route. Through in vitro. Somebody said the dating pool is trash. Somebody peed in the dating pool. Jay said it's really bad. Every race, ethnicity, religion is going through it, and I'm Muslim. It's married people. Maybe the men don't want to deal with her. That could be true. Rose said it's only black women that get slack for doing this. Yeah, it's caused a big debate, you know. But I know she was talking about it, I think, on the Breakfast Club, that she wanted to have a child and she was going through in vitro. And I don't know all the steps of in vitro. You know, I don't know how that stuff works. You know, I come from the generation, you blow on us, we get pregnant. So I don't know. But I know it's a lot. Like, it's painful from what I've heard. It can be a very painful process. So to be able to have a successful child from in vitro, you know what I'm saying, is a blessing. And I also feel like, too, as women, you're going to get flack either way. You know, it's like, if you get pregnant and you know you have a child out of wedlock, you get a set of flack, right? If you go the in vitro way, you're going to get flack, because now you're purposely being a single mother. If you get pregnant, you're saying, you know what, I don't want the stigma of a single mother, so let me get an abortion. You get flack. Oh, now you're a baby killer. It's like, you can't win. You cannot win, you know? So I feel like somebody said the injections are painful. Yeah, because I remember watching that little lady on Little Women LA. She was getting in vitro. So that she did this like in vitro journey. And I remember she was always crying and talking about it hurt. So that's the only thing I have to know about it. But yeah, I feel like, you know, as a woman, you get flack whichever direction you choose. You know, my main thing is that I just want it to be where this is a healthy situation. The baby is going to be well taken care of and things like that. But it does say a lot, though. I mean, it does say a lot that that the dating pool is getting that small. You know, you have men who feel like the women aren't quality. You have women who feel like the men aren't quality. You know, it's sad. It's really sad. She said, okay, Kiana said, I don't know anyone that's married outside of my parents. Yeah, so, you know, again, you can't win. I think this is something that she definitely wanted, but I also don't want it to be a thing where, like, let's keep it real. Ebony's old, right? She's older. She's 40, right? So them eggs only have so much time. You know, just keeping it real. So she had to do what she had to do. But I think like women in their 20s, you should try. You know, if you're young, you're still, you know, vital. Yeah, try and be in a relationship and make something shake and work. And, you know, I don't think that women in their 20s should be trying to go that route. I'll say that much. I think by the time, and that's what I was saying with the whole bus driver conversation, we have to look at things in nuance, right? Like a lot of people were mad, like, oh, how dare she not want a bus driver? And that's BS. She's not 21, 22, where she can like grow with the bus driver. She's an established woman who's a lawyer who's worth, you know, she's a multimillionaire. She shouldn't have to like uplift and, you know, get the bus driver to her level. They don't got time to do that in their fucking 40s. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta look at the age thing. So I think, like, you know, for young women who are looking at this, I don't think that young women in their 20s should feel like, you know, in vitro is the road for them. I think when you're in your 20s, you're still young. Definitely look, for a mate and look for somebody who can be a good father and try and have a child the regular route, if you're young. I don't think this is anything that a 21 or 22-year-old should aspire to be. But women in their 40s who have been around and you've dated and, all that stuff and, it's just not working for you, you really want a child and you only have but so much time because your biological clock is ticking. I get it. I definitely get it. Somebody said it's very expensive. Yeah, it sounds like something very expensive. I mean, unless you hit up that white guy, the one that be in the bathroom selling his sperm. Remember, he went viral. He got like 50 kids. Yeah, I remember this story on him like years ago. He was meeting up with, and most of the people were black women, unfortunately. They were meeting up with this white man. He was in the bathroom selling like little bags of sperm. And he was selling for, I don't know, a few $100s. Y'all remember that story? He has like 50-something kids. Yeah, 40, like, look at, okay, now people getting them in their feelings. I'm not saying that 40 is old. What I'm saying is that biologically, your eggs at 40 are not the same as your eggs at 20. Let's not act like willfully ignorant, like women don't have a biological clock. Yes, you do have some women who are able to get pregnant at 50 with the help of medical resources. But the average woman, I'm talking to the average woman doesn't have thousands and thousands of dollars to spend on IVF journeys and, fertility treatments. So let's not act like, 40, 45, 50 is the right time you're trying to get pregnant. If you really want kids, you have to do it younger. We need to stop having all these weird conversations when you're speaking about people who are not in the average demographic. She can afford to do that at 40 because, one, she's rich and she's older. The average 20-something years old cannot afford IVF. That's what I'm saying. So while you're young and you still have fresh eggs and things like that, you should be trying to work on trying to be in a healthy relationship and trying to get pregnant the regular route. But if you're older and your clock is ticking and you feel like there's nobody out there for you and you can't, sustain a healthy relationship and that's the route you want to go, I can understand that as well. But let's stop acting like, people are just able to get pregnant at 45 and 50 with, with no help. That's not the norm. It's only the norm now because of modern medicine. That's not the norm. And even then, like I said, as a woman, we get slack. If you have kids too young and you're a teen mom, you get shamed. Then if you have kids old, oh, you're an old ass mom. By the time your child gets to high school, you're going to be dead. You get shamed. So it's like we can never win. But biologically speaking, I'm going to speak facts. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat stuff because you want to feel good and you want to feel like 40 is not old. No, 40 is not old, but biologically, that is old if you're trying to have a child. If you still want to kick it and hang out, of course 40 is not old. But if you're trying to have a pregnancy, a healthy pregnancy, you kind of want to do it before 40, naturally. Now, if you can get help with IVF and they can find all like the healthiest eggs and all that stuff, then go that route. But for the average person, that's, geriatric pregnancies are very high risk. Not only can the kids come out with like Down syndrome and other, disabilities, it can also take a toll on the mother. That's why they call them geriatric pregnancies. You're technically supposed to get pregnant 35 and under is like, when's the best time to get pregnant. So we need to stop putting this in girls' head that, oh, you can just have a baby at 50 like Janet Jackson, you'll be good. Well, do you have Janet Jackson money and resources? So that's all I'm saying. I just don't want girls in their 20s looking at this like that's the way to go is the Eboni K. Williams route. When you, honestly, in your 20s, you should be able to just get pregnant the natural way. And I understand some people have fertility issues, in like their 20s and stuff. But again, I'm just speaking for the majority. I'm not talking about the anomalies, right? The average person in their 20s can get pregnant on average, right? That's what I'm talking about. And then if it doesn't happen, then yeah, you can take other routes. But yeah, it's not cheap at all. But I'm not going to knock her because I do feel like at the end of the day, whatever we do as women, people are going to have something to say about it. I just hope she finds happiness. But I am curious to know, you know what I'm saying, is the sperm donor a bus driver or the owner of the bus company? I want to know for my own edification. I'm just saying, I want to know for my own edification, okay? Let's see here. Somebody says, y'all act like younger women don't die from pregnancy or labor. Nobody's acting like that. Again, y'all be taking like the anomaly and then y'all get so offended by it. On average, the average young person who has a child young, they're able to make it through and have a safe pregnancy. Are there anomalies where, you know, somebody is pregnant and dies during childbirth in their 20s? Of course. But that's not the average. If that was just the norm, none of us would be here. Like, why do we take like one or two situations and act like that's just the norm for everything? Yes, somebody can give birth in their 20s and pass away, but that's not the average. That's all we're saying. That's it. Somebody said, is a sperm donor black? I don't know, child. Because, you know, per the Brat and BBG, what's her name? BBL Judy, whatever her name is. They said that the main sperm donors that donate sperm are white men. So I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see, child. Somebody says at 40, if you don't freeze your eggs are as good as scrambled. What is her name? It's not BBL Judy. What? I don't know, child. She just got that big old butt. What do y'all call her? I know something with a B. I thought it was BBL Judy, child. I don't know. BB Judy? Oh, I thought it was BBL Judy. I knew she had a B in her name. Big Booty Judy. Oh, okay. BB Judy. Oh, okay. And she definitely got a big old booty, child. I know that's right. Well, yeah, they were saying when they were going on their fertility treatment that most of the sperm donors were white men. So, you know, I don't know if Ebony's sperm donor is a white man or a black guy. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait. But speaking of pregnancies, we got to talk about this. I am super happy for this person as well. I don't know if you guys know this, but Gabourey Sidibe had her twins. I had forgot she was pregnant. I really forgot she was pregnant, but she had her twins and they are so adorable. Look at that. He got a personality already. This little one right here. He looking just adorable. She had a boy and a girl. I'm like, wow, look at God. And she's 41. Gabourey Sidibe and her husband, Brandon Frankel, and she's married, okay, have welcomed twins Cooper and Maya. The precious actress, 41, posed for a family photo that was first shared by the Shade Room. The twins were born in early April, and the overjoyed new mom shared the inspiration behind her baby's name. Brandon always wanted a son named Cooper, so we call him Coop, and Maya was named shortly before our baby moon to the Mayan Riviera in Mexico. Both twins have traditionally West African middle names after members of my family. They're both extremely strong and hilarious, and they have yet to really interact with each other, she continued. I'm so happy for her. She just looks so happy. They both do. That is like some good news. She's adorable. I'm just beautiful. You know, and people clowned her for years. Oh, she's big, she's overweight, she's black. And that lady is married and had twins. So that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, ladies, do you. You know, your journey is your journey. You can't let anybody dictate that for you. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if your journey is to, at 40, have in vitro, or at 41, you know what I'm saying, have twins with your husband. Everybody's journey is their own life path. You know what I'm saying? And don't let anybody shame you out of that. But yeah, they're adorable. I'm really happy for her. I'm super happy for her. When I seen, I was just like, oh. Not one, but two. And then she got one of each gender. Like, I love that. I love that for her. That is so awesome. She's come such a long way. So I'm genuinely happy for her and her husband. That's awesome. So now before I go, I also wanted to hit on this real quick here. I think I got everything I want to talk about. Okay, so Ray J, he's been on a hobo media tour recently. And so he was on Club Shay Shay. And this is currently going viral. I thought it was very interesting. So we're going to watch this real quick. He's basically, Ray J is saying that he thinks that the whole world will be different had his sex tape with Kim Kardashian never came out. He feels like more people would be in college and they wouldn't be on OnlyFans. So we're going to go ahead and watch this here. Let me share this tab with y'all with what Ray J has to say here.
I mean, are we a part of the cure? Are we a part of the disease? I don't fucking know. All I know is I'm just trying to make it right.
Were you ever embarrassed when the tape? How different is that family, or is that family life?
You know, I think more of the question is how different would we all be? How different would this whole fucking thing be? How different would the industry be? How different would the wheel roll? Everything would be different. We would all be different. All of us. Everybody in here would be different. We would have on different clothes.
What you mean?
Everything would be different, meaning like you would never ask me that question. Meaning if we sat here right now, and we got to this point, what, like, I don't know, probably more people would be going to college and, you know what I'm saying, getting an education to be successful. There might not be any OnlyFans and other things like that, other opportunities like that. So, I mean, are we a part of the cure? Are we a part of the disease? I don't fucking know. All I know is I'm just trying to make it right.
Were you ever embarrassed when the tape?
Yeah. I have kids now, so when I have kids,
and
everything that we did now when I have kids is totally different. The whole thing is wacky. Before I was just like, but with my kids, it's not okay. And so I can't, without me going too far into it, without me getting in trouble. Yeah, I mean, nah, it's not okay now. But I'm 43 with a kid that's 4 and a kid that's 6. My daughter's 6, my son's 4. And even though you're young, and even in that young kid world, they'll all probably think it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Until you have kids. Right.
Wow. Wow. No, he's not getting a tiny violin from me, y'all. Just think about like how powerful that was, what he just said. We say all the time that we wish that men would take accountability and they'd be honest about stuff. He's actually being very, very honest in this situation. I can respect that. I can respect what he's saying. He's like, I have kids now. He's seen the error of his ways. We got to be able to give grace, y'all. We got to be able to give grace. When somebody sees the error of their ways and they're saying, you know what? I was wrong. That wasn't okay. And sometimes it takes for people to have children to understand, like, this is not okay. Because think about it. He doesn't want his daughter going down that same route. He doesn't want his daughter on OnlyFans. I can respect that. I can respect what he's saying. Yeah, Shonda Grace. Because I can respect what he's saying in that instance. You know what I'm saying? Because low-key, he's trying to tell the next generation, right? The kids coming up behind him, because he's a grown man, he's 43, that you have to really think about your actions. And the things that you're doing today can affect you in the long run. That's really what he's saying in so many words. I can respect that, right? And I do feel like, you know what I'm saying, had that sex tape never happened, we probably wouldn't have all this over-sexualization. Because remember when that sex tape happened, and it wasn't, we can't even blame just Kim and Ray J. Because remember the first sex tape that really set it off was Paris Hilton, One Night in Paris. And even before then, let's go back to Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson. And unfortunately for them, their tape was stolen. So that wasn't their fault. They didn't leak that out for attention. Their tape was stolen and sold. Then you had the One Night in Paris. Then you had Kim Kardashian and Ray J. And that ended up spinning into like Backdoor Teen Mom with Farrah Abraham, you know, with her sex tape. And you had people feeling like that's what they needed to do to break into the industry. And now we have like, you know, the OnlyFans situations and things like that. And because of that sex tape, that really propelled the Kardashian family. Nobody was checking for the Kardashians before that sex tape. Remember, Kim used to be Paris Hilton's stylist. She was Paris's closet girl. She went shopping for Paris. And that sex tape really propelled their entire family to superstardom. And because of the fame of the Kardashian, like somebody said in the top comment, that's why plastic surgery became on the rise. Everybody wanted to look like Kim, get their bodies done. So yeah, a lot of stuff came from that. I can respect that. But even though, you know, they all agreed to it, you know, him, Chris, Ray J, Kim, you know, they all agreed to it. People have the right to look back on their life and have regrets. I think that's part of being human, right? You know, sometimes we say, you know, live your life with no regrets. But I think people have the right to look back at a time and space in their life and say, you know what? I do regret that decision. I wish I would have moved differently. And the best part of that is being alive to understand that decision and that regret and understanding how to move forward. Imagine how many people make mistakes and they die from their mistakes and they're never able to make amends or even have that regret because they're dead. So at least he's at a stage in his life now where he can say, you know what, that wasn't right. And now that I'm a father, I want better. Because sometimes when you don't have kids and you don't have any real responsibility, you know what I'm saying? You move differently. And some people be like, well, I got my parents. I don't want to embarrass my parents. But that doesn't always cause people to move differently. But when you have kids, you really think about a lot of things. Well, good parents anyways, think about the moves that they make because they know that can affect their children in the long run. So I can respect that conversation. I can respect that conversation, you know. Yeah, it's a lot. But I just hope that, you know, that he just doesn't leave the conversation there and he's actually trying to make like real moves. You know, do things better, change his image on television. Because outside of the sex tape, he's done a lot of stuff on reality television that I don't think his kids would be necessarily proud of either. So I hope that he's really trying to make like a full all around change. So yeah, Paris Hilton definitely did. She launched that whole era. Somebody says, okay, Teresa says, but in the same breath, Ray J is still benefiting from the sex tape because who would have been checking for Ray J before the sex tape? Well, let's keep it real now. Us who grew up in the 90s, Ray J was that dude before the sex tape. Remember, he was on Moesha. He had his own show with Sinbad had a show. He played Sinbad's son. I forgot the name of the show. I think it was called The Sinbad Show. So Ray J was very much involved in acting, singing. I think the sex tape really propelled him, but he definitely had a career way before that sex tape. Kim Kardashian was the unknown. She was the closet cleaner. Nobody knew or was checking for her. Ray J definitely had an established career. He was like a child actor. So he's been around for years. He wasn't just Brandy's little brother. Yeah, I remember that Sinbad show. That was my show. I know a lot of people probably too young to remember, but yeah, Ray J was definitely doing his thing back when I was like in junior high. I remember like having Ray J posters. Yup, him and Marquise Houston. He used to run with IMX, Immature, all of them. They all used to like kind of be a clique. Yeah, he just needs to get it together at this point, you know, and I think that that's what he's trying to do. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. So let me go ahead and read these last few super chats, y'all, and I'm going to go ahead and log off out of here. Let's see here. Kaylin B says, I was 25 when I got pregnant and ended up with cancer. It depends on the woman. You got cancer from the pregnancy? I guess I'm confused. Did you get cancer after the pregnancy? I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see here. Virgo Queen says, bear or manti, LOL, patiently waiting for the Discord. Me and Emily had a big discussion about that whole bear or man situation because Emily's like into like wildlife and animals. She was going off. She was like, I don't think these people understand how dangerous bears are, especially brown bears. They will kill you. How can you choose a bear before you choose a man? She was going, oh. And I'm like, I think they're thinking bears are like Yogi Bear. You know what I'm saying? Like, bears are dangerous. I don't know. I think I would take my chance with a man as opposed to a bear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get, people being like, oh, guys are dangerous. But no, bears will fuck you up. Seriously. Like, she was breaking some stuff down, how there's like a whole village somewhere, child, in Asia. And like the more people in that village get killed by bears than by anything else. Yeah. It's a mess. But yeah, I've been seeing that trend. I just be laughing. People are like, I'd rather choose a bear. Yeah, I think not. I don't even like dogs and cats. So I'm definitely not choosing a bear. I don't got no issues with dogs and cats, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like people's random dogs coming up to, oh, my dog don't bite. No, keep your dog right there. I don't know your dog. So yeah, I'm not even going to the woods with a strange dog, let alone a bear. But that's just me. Them bears are crazy. David Camarillo says, you look beautiful, T. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat as well. Forever Your Leo says, hey, T, Eboni is about to have a Leo baby. I'm not surprised. A lot of powerful women are going the IVF route. I've noticed. Yeah, it really seems like that. There's definitely something going on, where people just feel like, hey, they want their child and, they're done dealing with these games that some of these guys are playing, Let's see here. Rose Miriam says the Eboni Williams pregnancy caused a war in the Discord. Very polarizing topic. Yeah, I saw the back and forth. There was definitely a lot of discussion in the Discord. Like I said, for me, I was kind of surprised. Oh, okay, y'all said the C19. Thank y'all for reminding me. C19, we're going to talk about that in just a second. For me, I was surprised because I feel like, okay, Eboni is like what all these guys describe. She's very pretty. She's fit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why can't she get a man, to have a child with? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But from what I'm hearing, the dating pool ain't shit. So I get it. I definitely get it. Let's see here. Blue Baby sent 20 says, dang, auntie, I'm an hour late. My name is Angel, and I've been watching you since I was 11. I'm 20 now. I love you, and thanks for the funniest, realest content. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for coming through. Glad you were able to make it today, so I appreciate you. She said she's been here since she was 11. Damn. I feel like I done raised some of y'all, child. Let's see here. Jonathan Delgado says, congratulations, T. Eboni got pregnant, and congratulations to her. Did you hear Trina McGee is pregnant at 54? At least it wasn't an Angel Adams from Florida. Who is Trina McGee? I gotta Google. That name don't sound familiar. At 54? Let me see if I recognize her. Oh, Trina. Okay, yeah, I did hear that. That's the lady from Boy Meets World. Okay. So, I mean, was this just like a random pregnancy, or they're saying that she revealed she got reversed early menopause? Huh. And that wasn't even in vitro. She just got pregnant. Oh my gosh. Child. Yeah, I remember her from Boy Meets World. I don't remember her real name. I always remembered her on that show. But it looks like she got pregnant, from what I'm seeing, naturally. Yeah, she was the black girl, not Topanga. Let me show y'all. Hold on. Let me pull up my screen. This lady here. I didn't know she was 54. Shit. Her. From Boy Meets World. Let me see. Oh, so it's her 4th pregnancy. Okay, so she has other children who gave birth to her 3 younger children in her 20s. Oh my gosh, and became pregnant again naturally in her 50s. That is so rare. So she has other kids. Okay, I didn't know if this was her first, if she was doing IVF. Well, sis still looks good. She do not look like she's 54. Oh, wow. Let me make sure. Whew. Naturally, huh? Look, all the older women like, damn, let me make sure my birth control's still working. Okay, all right, sis. I had heard about it, but I didn't know like all the details. Yeah, she looks damn good. I didn't know she was 54 at all. I thought she was like in her 40s. Well, congratulations to her. That's going to be a welcome surprise. Let's see here. Virgo Queen. Okay, no, I read that one already. That was about the bear. Okay, Mike Daddy says something about Ray J. Okay, hold on. He just released a song with Suki Hana. He's still a degenerate. Ray J, the gangbanger, is a part of the Pyru Bloods. Definitely a role model, LOL. Not Ray J still gangbanging after all these years? I didn't know he released a song with Suki Hana. I don't listen to Suki's music, so I didn't know he had released a song with her. What is the song about? So the song, are they going to church and praising Jesus? What is the song about? Let me Google this. I didn't know he got a song out with Suki Hana. Let me look this up. You know, everything she rap about is Freaky Child. Ray J shuts down Chanel with Suki to celebrate launch of Tronics Network. I don't see the song. I see them celebrating the network. Hold on, let me put it in the song. Throwing stacks. Okay. 2 weeks ago. Okay, I'm going to have to listen to it. I didn't know he had a song with Suki. I'm going to have to listen to it. Okay. Before I go, C19. Thank y'all for reminding me. Okay, let me pull that up. So y'all remember during COVID, right? C19. Anybody who was saying, remember, like it was so many news correspondents like that Dusty Don Lemon, Chris Cuomo. Remember, they were shaming people, the non-vaxxers. They were saying that, you know, we should all basically be sent off to an island. You know, they were making it seem like if you were non-vax, you were like the worst person in the world. A lot of people lost their jobs. People were shamed. People were told that if you weren't vaccinated, you couldn't go see concerts. You couldn't go to this. You couldn't go to that. It was so divisive around that time. That was, I think, what I hated the most about the whole C19 situation was just all the division. When really this should have been a healthcare choice between that person and their doctor. If you chose to get the vaccine, bless you. But if you chose not to get it, that was your own business. That shouldn't have been a political debate. That shouldn't have been a cause for shaming and making people feel bad. Well, now look what's coming out about C19. And remember, I used to drag Don Lemon and all them on CNN during that time for all the bullshit they were saying. So now look at this new report. Let me share my screen. This came out yesterday. COVID vaccine may have helped fuel the rise in excessive deaths. Oh, I gotta pay to read more, child. I ain't got time. I'm not about to like. Oh, let me see if I can find another article where I can actually read it. Let's see here. I pay enough news people. Goodness. Okay, here goes another one. Let me see if we can read this one for free. Shit. Okay. COVID vaccines may have contributed to a rise of excessive deaths. Researchers suggest. Okay, we can read this one. Oh, let me see. It looks like this one got a news article.
Worldwide after the AstraZeneca COVID vaccine is being withdrawn worldwide after the pharmaceutical giant admitted it causes a rare and dangerous side effect. AstraZeneca admitted the claims in court.
Okay, I don't even think that's the one, but okay, anyways, this is what they're saying. COVID vaccinations may have contributed to a rise in excessive deaths observed over the Western world since the pandemic, including Australia. Scientists have suggested the claims had previously been rejected by the Australian government, including the Department of Health and Aged Care. blah, blah, blah. Vaccines are amongst a series of factors scientists are investigating as a potential cause of excessive deaths since the pandemic, including delayed medical treatment due to lockdowns and long-lasting damage done to many people by the COVID itself. Researchers from the Netherlands analyzed excessive all-cause mortality in 47 countries between 2020 and 2022, when there was just under 3.1 million total excessive deaths recorded, with the trend continuing, despite the implementation of contaminant measures and the COVID-19 vaccines. So this is real. They're saying that there was a bunch of excessive deaths due to the shot. Now, I wonder if people are able to because again, when people are saying this, that it hasn't been tested long enough, they're making this vaccine too fast. How do we know that there's not going to be major side effects down the road? People were dismissed as conspiracy theorists. And right now, even Anthony Fauci is being grilled in Congress, about all the stuff that was going on in 2020. So it's funny how everybody else who just had a mind of their own and who just really was thinking things through and saying, hey, I don't want this. Now all of a sudden, they were all conspiracy theorists. Now all of a sudden there's more proof coming out saying that might not have been a good thing to force people to get these vaccinations. Do y'all also peep how, remember when Kyrie Irving said he didn't want to get vaccinated, he was punished. He was treated like a pariah in the NBA. Remember, this was just back in 2020. Even LeBron James was throwing shade at him. And now everybody's praising him. Now that he's with Dallas and they're doing good, everybody's praising him. So my thing is, what about all the people who were fired, all the nurses who were told that they couldn't work at the hospitals anymore, people who had to lose their job, who lost their benefits and everything else? Will they be compensated? Because I just hate how everything is just now business as usual. Y'all didn't punish people who chose not to get the vaccine. That choice wasn't taken from people. People were literally forced to go get the vaccine in order for them to keep their jobs, including people in the military. And then we wonder why now we don't have enough people in the military now. The military may have to bring back the draft. I talked about this in my deep dive, that the draft may be coming back because there's not enough people now who want to serve. Because some people quit that did not want to get the vaccine. And a lot of people said, well, if they're going to force this on us, now I don't want to join. So now they're going through a situation where they don't have enough recruits. And not to mention a lot of this generation, they don't want to join anyways. A lot of them are lazy. They'd rather be on TikTok and they don't want to be bothered. And I get it. But will there be any type of compensation? Will there be anything for those people who were fired and did not even know how to make ends meet and then were shunned? So I don't know. I just think it's really disgusting how all this is coming out 4 years later. And we're supposed to just take it oh, okay, on to the next. Crystal said they were forcing soldiers to sign NDAs as well. Wow. IRS said I had to for work. Yeah, a lot of people did. I remember we were having meetings around that time on Discord and people were literally crying. They were literally crying because they had to choose between taking care of their family, putting food on the table, and allowing, their jobs to force them to take this vaccine that had not been all the way, thoroughly tested. And they had to make those decisions. And I think it's so unfair now to come back out 4 years later and say that those vaccines that were rushed were a cause of excess deaths. That's insane. Danny says, I had to for work and I didn't want to. Our jobs were threatened heavily. Yeah, a lot of people. A lot of people. And I just hated the fact that you had all these mainstream news outlets. That's why I said with Don Lemon, he can kick rocks trying to be the bastion of free speech on Twitter. I haven't forgotten. Okay? The North did not forget in my Game of Thrones voice, okay? The North did not forget shit. We still remember. Shout out to all the Game of Thrones fans out there, okay? The North still remembers how Don Lemon and CNN sat there and shamed people who were unvaccinated. But now he wants to cry 2 years later about, you know what I'm saying, him being silenced and all that stuff on Twitter. No, you're not about to be the bastion of free speech. Absolutely not. Not when you're taking people's choices away from them. So the mainstream media should be ashamed of themselves the way that they caused the division to really spread. You had families who were uninviting people to parties, baby showers, and everything else if you weren't vaccinated. You can't come to the reunion. You can't come to the cookout. Like, that's insane. Like, just think about how divisive and insane that was. You're shaming people saying that you should be getting this to protect grandma. It's sad. Shout out to all the Game of Thrones fans out there. Yes, the North, we're not forgetting shit. Yeah, House of Dragons, is it out yet? I know it's coming out. If it's out, I haven't watched it yet. Nancy sent $100. Thank you so much. She says Eric Clapton was dragged for speaking about his side effects after using AstraZeneca. I'm glad I stood by my principles and I refused it. I lost my healthcare job because of my choice, but I'm better off now. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. You better preach, Nancy. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat in that comment. Yeah, it was like people like really forget how tumultuous that time was back then. And I was literally using my platform, like trying my hardest to like bring people together. Like, hey, you guys, we can't do this. We can't be divisive towards each other because of a healthcare choice. I'm not going to sit there and talk down to somebody because they had to get the vaccine, because you don't know why they had to get it. If you're a single parent and your livelihood depends on that, and they're saying you're not going to keep your job unless you get it, I get it. I can't judge somebody for that. But in the same breath, don't sit there and say that this person who doesn't want the vaccine is a terrible person and that they're trying to kill grandma. Like, that's not cool. Last time I checked, whatever you put into your body is between you and your doctor. And that's why we have HIPAA laws. Why do I have to tell you if I'm vaccinated or not vaccinated? That is not your business. We would not do this in any other circumstance. And then to fast forward 4 years later, it's just insane. Now the media is trying to act like they weren't the main ones causing all this division and forcing people and shaming people to go get vaccinated. Just like when I remember all the celebrities who were making all those stupid ass videos during C-19, telling people that they need to get vaccinated. LeBron James as well. They were doing all those little musicals on Jimmy Fallon about the vaccine. Now they're all quiet. Yeah, it was insane, all this stuff that had to go on. But yeah, remember that, Dash? Having to carry a vaccination card? Yeah, it was almost like Nazi Germany. Not trying to cheapen what happened to the Jewish people. But think about it. During Nazi Germany, they had to walk around with a gold star. And if you didn't have that gold star on, showing people that you were Jewish, you'd be in trouble. And that's how it kind of felt. Like, y'all are making people walk around with vaccine cards and prove that they're vaccinated. That's insane. Yeah. And now they're saying that there's another, somebody said Tyler Perry too. It was a lot of, Juvenile. Y'all remember that? Vax that thing up. Thank you, J. Mars. Yeah, the North does not forget. The T-Sippers ain't forgetting shit. Yeah. Juvenile, he had a whole song, Vax that thing up, trying to force black folks to get vaccinated. I forgot about that foolishness. That was a matter of fact, wasn't that the first time that Young Money and Cash Money ever really got together? Because they had Mia X. It was like a bunch of them. They did that whole song. 2020 was a mess. I still feel like 2020, it still to me does not feel real. Remember folks was walking around in them like with containers on their head, and I mean, it was just insane. It was insane. 2020 was a mess. I never want to go back to that. That was a mess. People had fish bowls on their heads. Yeah, 2020 was a mess. I swear it was. But they said there's another pandemic coming in the horizon. They're saying that there's some more stuff brewing overseas and stuff like that. So it's like between that, the PPP loan. I remember the PPPs, the PPP loans, people getting unemployment, the scams. Like 2020 was just, I still feel like it was a dream. It was such a mess. People walking around with 5 masks on, couldn't breathe, bird box, people driving blind, like with blindfolds on because of the movie Bird Box. Yeah, people had fishbowls on their head. Like 2020 was a mess. It really was. But yeah, I just wanted to like hit on that real quick, that's what's going on now with the whole C-19 situation. Now they're coming back and saying that, well, maybe we shouldn't have forced all these people to get vaccinated because it did cause some people to die from the vaccine. So, and honestly, think about all the sudden deaths that's been going on too. People having heart issues, young people just, falling over, dying, healthy people, healthy athletes, just dying suddenly. So it's sad. Yeah, Bitcoin. Remember the Bitcoin bros, crypto bros, and all that mess. 2020 was a mess, child. The toilet paper shortages, y'all are bringing it back. Y'all are bringing it back. Yeah, it was a lot. And now they're trying to switch it up. Let's see here. Stats321 says C-19 was literally 4 years ago. Attention span. Yeah. It seems like it was a long time ago, but it wasn't. It was just a few years ago. And we're still suffering from the effects of that. Tart VN says, T, you look bomb. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Roan Red 555 says, I respect everyone who didn't take the vaccine. I needed to keep my job, but I respect everyone who stuck to their principles. I really regret it. Yeah. And, again, don't feel bad. I'm not saying this to poke fun or be like, ha ha. No, y'all know my channel has never been about that, because at the end of the day, you had to do what you felt you had to do to keep your job. At the end of the day, everybody who wanted to talk down on people who got vaccinated, were y'all going to pay their bills? Were y'all going to make sure that they have food in the refrigerator? No. So nobody should sit on their high horse and feel like they're better than because they didn't get vaccinated. Just like people who got vaccinated had no business sitting on their high horse and acting like they were better than the people who didn't. And that's what bothered me. It should have just been a choice. Either you wanted to do it and it made you sleep better at night, or you didn't and it made you sleep better at night. But it should have never been made into a thing where we attacked each other for a medical choice. That's insane. We would never go back and forth about the flu. Some people get the flu vaccine every year and some people don't. I used to be one of them people, every year I used to get the flu vaccine. And then I think once I hit like early 20s, I stopped. I just decided to stop. And I've never gotten it since. And I haven't gotten the flu either. So I don't know. I just feel like at the end of the day, it's your choice. But like, don't feel bad. Definitely don't feel bad. You did what you had to do in that time and space. So yeah, don't feel bad about it. Let's see here. Brandy Jones said $9.99 says, I love you, T. Truth teller, your background gives me therapy vibes and your outfit gives me 90s vibes. Gorgeous. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I'm gonna definitely do some the background lights up too, child. So I be in here when I be doing my little edits. It lights up. So I want to do some late night live streams. I want to do a late night live once a month because I had such a good time during that whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing. Their beef, and I had a really good time talking to a lot of my subscribers overseas. And I learned that a lot of third shift people, that was like their first time catching a live and they really enjoyed it. So I will do an evening live soon. I do want to do that. Now I'll have it more like, be kind of dark. I'll have a little lights on. It'll be relaxing. So I'm gonna do a little evening live stream at least once a month. I want to do that because I had such a good time. Because I forget there's a whole nother set of subscribers that live on a whole nother side of the world and who work third shift. So it was really good getting to talk to them and see a bunch of new names in the chat and stuff. So I do want to bring that back. I definitely do. So thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. Black China was in the airport screaming to get vaxxed. I told y'all the North don't forget, honey. It was so many celebrities that child. It was a lot of people that need their ass whooped for that whole situation. Influencers too. There was a lot of influencers shaming people and demanding that people get vaxxed and all that other stuff when they really should have just sat there and minded their business. You know what I'm saying? They should have made sure that either they got vaxxed and they were good with it and, you know, leave everybody else alone. Yeah, I remember that she was like going off on people, screaming like a banshee. Yeah. Let's see here. Zernoma sent $2. Says, T, read my first super chat. I read it. I hope I pronounced your name right. But thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to log off of here. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm sorry I hadn't been live in a while. You know, like I said, I needed a mental health break. So it felt good to come back today and just talk to y'all and chop it up. So I will definitely be back. I'm going to work on some more videos. I'm going to be doing some more edits this week. There's a few things I want to hit on that's going on, child, on TikTok, in the social media space that I definitely want to hit on with y'all. So I'll be working on doing some more video edits. So on that note, I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Love you guys. Bye, everyone.